This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
There's only a year left before the College of the Bahamas fully transitions into university status.
But before that happens, faculty and staff at the college must make some major changes if the college plans to remain on par with international colleges and universities.
Tonight, LaDon Davis tells us that Acting President Dr. Erla Carey Baines updated the public on several outstanding issues affecting the progress of the college, including the search for a new college president.
Acting President of the College of the Bahamas, Dr. Erla Carey Baines, says the response to the call for a new Bahamian president at the soon-to-be University of the Bahamas is progressing. In fact, Dr. Carey Baines says over the next few weeks, the college community will have the opportunity to meet with several candidates as the committee seeks to narrow its search.
Had some 20 applications for the post of president, and we believe that speaks well of the heritage and history of our institution, as well as our future plans for the college as we transition to university. So we were pleased that we had over 20 applications. Our search committee has narrowed. They actually interviewed many of the candidates. They narrowed that to a field of some 8 applicants. And my understanding is that at least 4 applicants will be invited very shortly to visit with the college community.
But as the search for a college president goes on, so does the need for infrastructural upgrades at the Oaksfield campus. Dr. Baines says preparations to expand the campus are now in the pipeline.
Before the end of this month, construction will commence on the multi-million-dollar Franklin R. Wilson Graduate Business Center, which will be adjacent to the Harry Seymour Library and Information Center. Once completed, the business center will serve as the hub for graduate programs, which will continue to meet national development imperatives.
Another issue discussed was the contract negotiations between the College of the Bahamas and UTAB.
Well, unfortunately, we have not concluded the contract with UTAB. We are still at the table. We're still negotiating. The documents are being shared, ideas are being shared. We hope that we will be able to conclude that matter soon.
Meantime, the institution is still awaiting a proposed loan of $30 million from the Caribbean Development Bank to fund infrastructural development. LaDon Davis, ZNS Network News.
The Ministry of Financial Services, the Bahamas Association of Compliance Officers, and the Association of Certified Financial Crime Specialists have collaborated on an initiative that will lead to 15 people receiving certifications as Certified Financial Crime Specialists. The Bahamas will become the first Caribbean jurisdiction to grant the scholarships that will see 13 members of the Bahamas Association of Compliance Officers and 2 employees from the ministry receive the certification.
This program is reinforcing the Bahamas as the leading international financial center, ensuring that our industry leaders and our professionals are exposed to the international training opportunities that are necessary in this ever-changing industry. As a responsible financial center, we are committed to not only adhering and meeting international best practices and regulatory requirements, but also participating in their design.
We have partnered with ACFCS because we believe that the CFCS certification provides essential knowledge about financial crime that will assist us in combating potential abuses of the financial services industry.
The exam covers anti-money laundering, tax evasion, FATCA, corruption, compliance, investigation, data security, ethics, and international standards. The Bahamas is being commended for its prudence in the initiative.
Noteworthy, having worked in the United States Congress myself, it's noteworthy that this initiative is by one nation and one minister of that nation, and not by an international body. It shows a foresight and innovation in tackling some of the key challenges that the financial sector faces every day.
Despite the challenges facing the Bahamas Red Cross Society, President Greg Gomez says the organization continues to carry out its mandate successfully and remains the #1 charitable organization in the world. Gomez and a team from the organization paid a courtesy call on His Excellency the Governor General Sir Arthur Foulkes today. They had discussions about the mandate of the organization, its fundraiser, the annual Red Cross Ball, and other fundraising initiatives. Gomez says through its programs, the Bahamas Red Cross Cross Society raises funds to help those in the community who need it, along with receiving assistance from the International Red Cross. He, however, noted that despite the success of its outreach efforts, the Red Cross has experienced several challenges in the last few years.
The major challenge right now would be you never can get enough. And when I say enough, I'm talking about resources to help the needy, especially given the economic times that exist right now. The only way to help is through support. That support comes through materials or funds, cash. And when there's a downturn in the economy, the number of persons that can assist automatically is reduced. And so that is the biggest challenge that we have right now. But we still look forward. Our mandate remains the same. Our efforts remain the same. We must help those who are needy and vulnerable in our society.
Today is observed as Civil Rights Leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day across the United States. On January 15th, the civil rights giant would have celebrated his 85th birthday. So to pay homage to the Nobel Peace Prize winning member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, who wrote his I Have a Dream speech on Bimini, members of the African Bahamian Museum Research Center and Heritage Institute commemorated his life during a special church service at Missionary Baptist Church. Dozens of students were also invited to receive first-hand information about the civil rights movement and its impact in the Bahamas. Area Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini, Obi Wolshcombe, talked about Dr. King's many contributions to the Bahamas.
Martin Luther King came to the Bahamas in 1958 as a guest of Sir Randall Fox. And it was during the time when we were going through very difficult times. Firstly, you didn't have the rights in the Bahamas, we didn't have privileges in the Bahamas, and of course labor didn't have freedom in the Bahamas, and generally we were an oppressed people. And Martin Luther King came and advised Bahamians at the time. He said, you know, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then creep. Whatever you do, just start moving. And the Bahamian people were beginning the movement because we saw the general strike and other activities followed, and eventually we arrived at the point of 1967.
The mother of Deputy Leader of the official opposition, Loretta Butler Turner, was laid to rest today. A cross-section of government officials attended the service for Rose Marie Butler, including Prime Minister Perry Christie. The service was officiated by Canon Crossley Joaquin, assisted by Reverend James Moultrie and Reverend Lyndon Douglas. She is survived by her children, Clarice Butler, Denise Butler Dosimo, Valerie Osborne, Dr. Riley Butler, Claudette Butler, the Honorable Loretta Butler Turner, and Craig Butler. Mrs. Rosemarie Butler was 77 years old. The first bottle of Diroval is popped in the Bahamas. The exclusive champagne is definitely a high-end product, with the cheapest bottle, if you can call it that, starts at $1,080. And the top of the line 11-year vintage bottle of bubbly is priced at just over $2,000. And even though that's out of the reach of many of our pockets, the fact that the line decided to launch its Caribbean and Latin America champagne here in the Bahamas speaks volumes for our high-end touristic market.
The reason we chose the Bahamas to start our sales in Caribbean and Latin America is because this is the place to be. Your government, your country is pushing very hard the tourism industry. You've got that huge realizations. You've got already huge, let's say, company working here. So we thought that the Bahamas is the right place. A lot of people coming from everywhere, coming from the US, of course, Canada, Europe, Asia. So all that makes a nice melting pot under the sun.
Del Raval actually comes from a really unique marriage of jewelry and champagne. And it's very exciting for us to be able to, as purveyors of fine diamond jewelry, to be able to work with a company that had come from such a unique place.
It's top of the line French champagne. This particular De Roval brand is marketed in Europe. It's very big in Switzerland, and of course, we make no bones about it. It's very expensive. It's for a selected market, you know. But it shows you what the Bahamas is. That we certainly have people with that kind of disposable income who live and work in the Bahamas.
In sports, find out why going half isn't always a bad thing. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.